Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel is Making with Marilyn. Now I do all kinds of crafts, but on today's video I'm going to try my hand at the first embroidery design that I've downloaded. I got my single needle embroidery machine. It's a sewing machine embroidery machine combo not too long ago. And the only things that I've embroidered so far this was kind of a joke. It was done during a Zoom session with Craftable Things and some other ladies. And so this was the first thing I did. And I learned, you can probably see some white thread from the bobbin coming through. I learned that was from having my needle threaded incorrectly. So once I did that, I put my name on this piece of fabric. Now I'm ready to move on to a design that I bring into my machine. Now, I am very new to this, so if you see me doing something wrong, please let me know. I have not watched a ton of YouTube videos, but I have been in on some lives where they were talking about embroidery. So hopefully I'm doing things correctly. We'll see how it turns out. Now, when I bought my machine, and it's a Husqvarna Viking Topaz 40, I had to buy the hoop separately. So right now, this is the smallest hoop I have, and this is somewhere like a 5x6, something like that. The project I'm going to do could be done with a 4x4. In the description with Creative Fabrica, that's where I'm downloading my file from, it says 4x4. Well, I don't have one, so I'm going to have to improvise. And then I'm going to use tearaway stabilizer. And because my material isn't big enough to go all the way, well, it might be. No, it's really not. Because it's not large enough to really be stable in my hoop, I'm also going to use some basting spray. I'm using the black fabric, and then my computer does not have a USB port. I'm going to have to use this USB drive that came with my machine to transport the design to my machine, so I'll also have to use this adapter. Now, because the thread was so expensive, I only bought a limited number of spools. Then I ended up buying this, which is a collection of 40 threads off of Amazon. And in a Zoom meeting that I was in, someone was talking about this, and then another lady in that Zoom session that does a lot of embroidery, I know she uses some candle thread too. So I figured it must be pretty good, so I got this set of 40. Now the nice thing about this set is it comes with all these colors in this chart. And this is actual thread. This isn't just painted on. This is actual thread. So you see what the thread, at least in the dye lot used for these, you see the actual color of the thread. Now there are 63 colors on this chart, and the ones that I received in my box have the little orange circle by them. So here's how it came packaged. I haven't opened any of them yet. It also have this little gift in here. It's an extra bobbin. I am not sure that this will work in my machine. And then this little net thing. I've seen people put these over their bobbins, or I'm sorry, over their spools of thread after they open their thread to keep it intact. So while you're storing it, they have this on it. All right, so I want to jump over to the computer now, show you the really cute design that I'm going to use, and we'll get started. Now the design that I'm going to use today is something I found in Creative Fabrica. So let me go to my downloads, and it's right here. I had planned on doing this cute little fairy, but when I saw this, I thought it was really Halloween worthy. I'll go ahead and open it up so you can see it. So here's how it turns out, and down here it tells you the size of the design is 3.15 by 3.15. Your hoop size can be a 4x4, and there's only 4 colors in it. If you're not a member of Creative Fabrica, you can buy designs one by one. When I first started, I went ahead and downloaded a $1 membership for a month. I loved it, and so I've stayed with it. If you're interested in a $1 membership for a month, check out the link in my video description. So this design is going to use black, yellow, kind of a turquoise, and I would say this is a purple. To get it onto my computer, I already downloaded it, but you would just click download and then go to your downloads. and then I pulled it onto my desktop. Now here's what the file looks like. It says cat patch. There's 4 files in here. Now when I let go of this, it's going to zip back over to the other side of my computer, but I'll open it and I'll show you what the inside looks like. Now when I first downloaded this, I tried to open it like this. And apparently I don't have the software to open it. So what I think I need to do is drag it directly onto the little USB stick, and then I'll put that into the sewing machine. Now I already have the USB drive plugged into my computer, so I'm just going to drag this file to it. All right, let's take this over to the sewing machine and see if it works. All right, so here's my embroidery machine, and you turn it on by pressing a little switch on the right side. So I'll go ahead and do that. When I do that, the light comes on and this little screen comes on. Now, because I'm going to use this for embroidery as opposed to sewing, there's an embroidery picture here and a sewing picture here. So I'm going to touch the embroidery machine. Now you can hear once you do that, it makes a lot of racket. So it's letting me know, remove the hoop, there's no hoop on there, clear the embroidery arm. That means make sure nothing is around it that it would knock into, and it needs to be clear for calibration. Then it says calibrate the embroidery unit. The other thing it tells me is attach the recommended presser foot. Now that I know nothing is in the way, I can touch the green check mark and it's going to calibrate. Now it makes an awful racket, and the first time I did that, it really scared me, but that's normal. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my thumb drive in the side here. I'm literally just pushing it into the slot. Then there's a brown button here. That is the start or the action button. Okay, so I want to come down here to this little file folder, and I want to press on this plus. It says My Files. I'm going to press the plus and come down here to USB device. Now here's my file, so I'm going to touch it. Now I had to watch a video to figure this out. There's a little triangle now once I've touched it. So what it's telling me is to get this to load, I have to touch it and hold on the touch for just a little bit. And there it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my hoop ready, get the fabric on it, use that basting spray and the tearaway stabilizer. All right, so I need to thread my machine with the right thread. So right here's where you do that. Now the issue is I don't know which color I'm supposed to do first. So I think in that event, I'll go ahead and put my hoop on and see if it lets me know. Okay, so I think I press go, and this moves over into position. Then I can attach my hoop. Yes, so now it's saying to attach my hoop and attach it till it clicks into place. Maybe I should cut all that excess off. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to leave it like that. I've done that step, so then I press this green check mark. All right, it wants me to make sure I like where it's placed. I have it pretty much in the middle. Now I think down here if I press this, it's going to frame around where my design will be. So I'll do that. Well, I thought it would go all the way around it. It didn't, but I think I'm good. All right, now I'm not sure what to do. Let's go back to the button that tells me. It's not telling me what to do. Okay, I see yellow down here. Is that telling me that I need my yellow thread on there? I'm going to assume so. So I'm going to go ahead and thread that. Okay, so I have it threaded, but I know there's a little thing that holds it back right here. So I'll get that in place. And that's the mistake that I made before when those stitches didn't look good. I did not have that secured behind that. Okay, so I think I'm ready. I'm going to go ahead and lay this back down and then put this little thing that holds it in place on there. Now I don't like how there's some excess thread, so I'm going to pull some of that out. All right, let's see if this works. You push right here on start and stop. Now I probably should have had some of that extra yellow cut off. Y'all, I'm still learning. Looks like it's just getting stitched down. Maybe that's not a bad thing. All right, so it wants me to change the thread color, and I know this machine has an automatic cutter. Okay, it did cut it. And it's showing me that I'm going to use blue. Now this looks to be like the lighter non-purple blue. So I'm going to go with this kind of turquoise color. I thought this was really pretty. I hope it looks good on the design. Ooh, I forgot to, no, that's just for your bobbins, I think. I think this is just if you're filling a bobbin. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Y'all, I really need to get this automatic threader figured out. I've been using these eyes for a long time, and they're just not as good as they used to be. So I need to get that figured out. All right, so let's just shove that kind of back toward the back. I know I can trim these later, but they kind of bother me. I don't have the right kind of scissors yet, but I'll get some of those soon. Okay, so I changed my thread color, so I'm going to hit that green check mark, and now I'm going to hit the start button again. Okay, wants me to change the thread color to the dark blue. And so far, I'm not sure this was a great selection. Right now it looks kind of like a turquoise fried egg. Hopefully it gets better. The other thing is, I think I should have used basting spray all the way down to the end here. We'll see. It's my first project like this. All right, so I got the thread changed. I'll press that little green arrow and let's say start. Okay, well that was pretty short. Now it says go back to yellow. And it must be layering this. Otherwise it would have had me do all the yellow the first time. At least that's what I assume. Okay, you can imagine I was not thrilled about that yellow getting stuck under there because now it's all in the wrong place. So somebody please tell me, what am I supposed to do with all that excess thread that's hanging out behind the needle when I start? Because that just makes it look really messy. Maybe I should have it a lot shorter, but I'm afraid it's going to pull out of the needle if I have it too much shorter. Anyway, if you know, let me know in the comments. All right, so now it's prompting me for my black thread, and hopefully this is the last one. I don't know. I know it uses 4 colors, but I assumed that everything in one color would be done at one time. All right, it says bobbin thread low, and it's asking me if I want to move to bobbin position. I don't really know what that means, but let's say yes. Okay, so I guess it's letting me put a new bobbin in. Okay. Let's see what happens. Well, it's kind of a tight fit when the hoop is on there. All right, let's see if it magically picks that up. We'll press start again and see if it works. All right, it says embroidery is finished. So I'll go ahead and click this check mark. And now what? Okay, I guess I just take it off now. Usually it tells me what to do. Okay, I can't get the hoop off and I'm worried I'm going to break it. Okay, I need to push this thing down and then I can pull it out. Okay. Y'all, that is so cute. I thought I didn't use the right colors because it looks so simplistic at first. But now that I see it, I'm pretty happy with those colors. Now, if I were doing this again, I would use black bobbin thread so that you wouldn't see any of the bobbin thread whatsoever. And really, this is pretty good, but I can see a tiny bit over here on this right side. I'm going to go ahead and trim this back. Now there's a little bit more thread that needs to be trimmed, but I don't have those little bitty scissors to do it yet. So for now, I'm going to leave that like that. And let's go ahead and take this out. All right, so it says it is tearaway, so I should be able to tear it, right? Oh, it tears really easily. Wow, that's nice. Now, I'm not even sure my basting spray did anything because nothing was stuck. So thanks for sticking around while I did my first design. Again, it's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I will see you on the next video, and until then, bye-bye.